After acquiring Mike Williams earlier in the day, Omar Khan wasn't done just yet. The Pittsburgh Steelers are acquiring edge rusher Preston Smith from the Green Bay Packers. Today, there's lots of interesting things to discuss surrounding this trade and what it could mean for the Pittsburgh Steelers this season and in years to come. Before we get into Preston Smith here in the breaking news action, everything you guys need to know about the newest Steeler here, make sure you click that subscribe button, because who knows, man, if the Steelers have already made 2 trades, there might be another one coming up here on the horizon before the trade deadline is over. And even if there's not, we're going to be giving you guys extensive, in-depth, and informative Steelers content every single day here on the channel. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button and join our family. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are not done today, producer Coop here, as Preston Smith, edge rusher, formerly with the Green Bay Packers, longtime veteran, heading to Pittsburgh here in exchange for a 7th-round pick. Now, the Steelers had multiple 7th-round picks to kind of play with in next year's NFL draft, and I think this move makes it abundantly clear. The Pittsburgh Steelers believe that they are a legitimate Super Bowl contender this year and that they are bolstering this team to add depth, to add players that can help them win a 7th Lombardi trophy here during the 2024-2025 NFL season. So let me know down there in the comments section, what is your one-word reaction to this move? Let me know what you guys are thinking down there in the comments section. For today's pinned comment, YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. When that happens, take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. And my one-word reaction to this trade, guys, is going to be depth, okay? Because right now, obviously Nick Herbig is still dealing with that hamstring injury. How serious is it? When is he going to be back? We're going to find out those answers in the weeks to come. But right now, you add Preston Smith to this rotation. And honestly, I think he's going to even be able to play on kind of more of an interior role a little bit at 5 technique behind Larry Ogunjobi as well. And what this really does, guys, is that it makes this outside linebacker group pretty much injury-proof, okay? Like if Alex Highsmith or TJ Watt, God forbid, gets hurt, you still have a really good pass-rushing trio here in Pittsburgh. So essentially what the Steelers are saying is that we are not willing to sacrifice having a really, really good pass-rushing trio at any point this season. And even if one of our top 3 guys is going to be injured come playoff time, we want to make sure that we have somebody here in Preston Smith that not only can provide versatility at 5 technique, but also provide some versatility as an edge rusher. He's somebody that's been very productive in his NFL career, and we'll go over his career stats here momentarily. But first, let's have a word from our sponsor here at Game Time. And Game Time is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for the sports, music, comedy, and theater in your area. The Steelers now have 2 new players on their roster. It's Mike Williams and Preston Smith. And who knows, Omar Khan might still be cooking. So if you guys want to see more Steelers games this year with these new players, with a really, really exciting Steelers team this year, you guys can check out the Game Time Picks feature, which is a brand new feature from our friends at Game Time. And it's super easy to use, guys, and it filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. All you guys got to do is download the free Game Time app, find an event you want to go see, you select the Game Time Picks button at the top of the screen, and it automatically filters every single ticket in their database for you to find the best prices with the best seats and the best views to get you and your family the best deals on the Game Time app. And what I love about the Game Time app and why it's the only ticketing app I have on my phone right now is that you get the lowest price guarantee on any ticket to any event. You also get all-in pricing, so you don't get slapped with crazy fees at checkout. You also get flash deals, so you can get even cheaper tickets the closer you wait to game time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS. It's one word, all caps, CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. So Preston Smith so far this year with the Green Bay Packers, 2.5 sacks and 2 tackles for loss. This is somebody that's been with Green Bay for a while. He's played in both 4-3 and 3-4 type systems. And really at 265, that is a pretty big boy for an outside linebacker. And that size is going to allow Preston to play multiple roles in this Steelers defense. I think he's going to be playing most of his time as an edge rusher and as a rotational guy, mostly as a run defender. I think he's a really good run defender. He really holds his spot well. Then also as a 5 technique in more pass-heavy situations, and I could even see him playing 3 technique, which is more of a true defensive tackle spot when the Steelers go to their NASCAR packages on 3rd and long situations. Take a look at his numbers throughout his career. This is somebody that's good for close to double-digit sacks just about every single year. He also gets into the backfield pretty consistently, and he is usually very reliable. You guys can see here, this guy has not missed a game in quite some time here. He never gets injured. He's going to be very reliable for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Plus, he's got a ton of playoff experience, ton of NFL experience, man. Like, this is somebody that is definitely one of the better depth additions to the defensive line that the Steelers could have dreamt of here as they look to make a run for their 7th Lombardi Trophy here for the rest of this 2024 season. And honestly, this move surprises me with Nick Herbig seemingly on the mend here. I kind of felt like the Steelers were just going to stand pat and they weren't going to spend a draft pick to get any defensive line depth help, especially after trading for Mike Williams earlier today. But Preston Smith is certainly somebody that helps this team and gets them even that much closer to a Super Bowl championship this year, because it really does help this team in terms of depth, in terms of keeping this defense and this defensive front somewhat injury-proof here. And you guys can see the stats this year. He's doing a pretty darn good job. And, has he maybe lost a little bit of a step in recent years now that he's getting older? He's 31 years old. Sure. But it's certainly something here where I think Preston Smith is going to be able to help this team this year. And the cap hit for him for the Pittsburgh Steelers this season is going to be just over $2 million. So grade the move for me down there in the comments section. Give me an A, a B, a C, a D, or an F down there in the comments section. For me, I'm going to give it a B+. I think that it's a pretty good move. I think that it's going to help the Steelers defense, and it's going to bolster this team here to really, I'm not going to say completely injury-proof this team, but definitely get them closer as we get into the second half of the 2024 season. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already, because this wasn't the first trade that we had today. If you guys missed it earlier, Mike Williams was traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for a 5th-round pick. We have a full video breaking down that move on the channel right now, so we'll put the link to that in the comments and description of today's show. And there is one more thing that I want to talk about when it comes to the Preston Smith acquisition here, and that is that his contract gets a little bit pricey in the years to come. He is under contract for the next 3 seasons, including this year, so 2 more additional years of Preston Smith. Okay, and his cap hits heading into those years is slated to be 13.4 in 2025 and 14.1 heading into 2026. And, it's going to be interesting to see here if the Pittsburgh Steelers end up cutting him, if they end up moving him, if they end up potentially trading a guy like Alex Highsmith to clear cap space in years to come. I don't know what the Steelers' plan is here in terms of handling the money on Preston Smith's contract in the years to come. But it's definitely going to be interesting here, and it certainly raises questions as to just how much money do they really want to spend on defense in years to come. I mean, if you keep Alex Highsmith, Preston Smith, and TJ Watt all on this roster, and you still don't trade guys like Cam Heyward, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and others who are making big money on this defense, this is already the most expensive defense in football. And if you don't trade any of these players next offseason, it's going to get even more expensive. All right. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Steelers handle the money aspect of the Preston Smith contract in the years to come. But for this season, I certainly think it helps this team. So I'm on board with it. So make sure you guys give me a follow on X for breaking news coverage on the Pittsburgh Steelers. You guys can find me at Jack_Sperry. And also make sure you guys click that subscribe button, because whenever there's breaking news, we're going to have you covered with a video right here on Steelers Talk. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. And until next time, here we go, Steelers.